Good evening. Tuesday, the 8th of June, 2021. The COVID series. Here we are, Tikratoli. I welcome you to my famous Ford GPW Jeep 1944, delivered to the US Army on 29th of February 1944. General Dwight Eisenhower, who went on to become the President of the United States of America, said that it was the Jeep, the Dakota aircraft and the landing crafts which won the war for the Allied forces against Hitler's forces. So there we go. This was built as a command reconnaissance vehicle to go and do recce on the Allied forces. Or rather, the Allied forces did a recce on the German forces, I should say. It was in this vehicle that my own dad, Major Surendranath Tandon, went on a recce in the Ichugol Canal on 11th of September 1965, along with his CO, Colonel BP Joshi, and got blown up in an anti-tank mine. It was this Jeep. Still runs today, still works. There we go. I have a story to tell about the time when I was in New Zealand. It was a bit of a strange, funny story. I was importing garments along with Sfera. We would get them made in Delhi, Jaipur, Bangalore, Tirupur, and some to an extent in Chennai, off and on. And one of the suppliers from Delhi, a guy called Anil, asked me whether he could come and visit me in Auckland. So I said, of course, please come. So Anil arrived in Auckland and he stayed in a motel and he spent his entire 2-3 days with me, and I was showing him around Auckland. Auckland is a beautiful city. We've got 5,000 beaches in Greater Auckland area. Auckland is a city of sails. So every third person in New Zealand has a sailing boat of some kind, sailing craft of some kind, small, big, huge. It's a really beautiful city. So we were driving around all over the place and I was showing Anil everything, and he turned around and asked me, what is the religion that people in New Zealand follow? So I turned around and told him, Kiwis have no religion. A large percentage of them have no religion. So he said, what do you mean? I said, that's what I mean. A lot of them don't have any religion. So he said, how is that possible? I said, I felt the same thing when I came to New Zealand first in 1989. How do people have no religion? And I was told that we have no religion. What can we do? So no religion means no God connected to that particular religion. And so I also found it very difficult, I told him. But sooner or later I came to grips with it. And as it dawned on me that there's no religion, I thought it's actually very liberating, because now you're not confined to any one particular religion or any one particular sect. So I said it's actually very nice. So Anil heard me out, and then after about 2 minutes he says, listen, it's very unfair. So I said, what is very unfair? It's very unfair that New Zealand has everything. You've got the beaches, and you've got the air, and you've got the non-polluted waters, and the beauty, the scenic beauty. The people are so nice, the food is so nice here. But in India, we pray. We are God-fearing people. I wake up at 4 o'clock every morning and pray for 2 hours. People I know wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and pray. We pray to stone statues, we pray to wooden statues, we pray to marble statues, to steel statues. We go to temples, we line up. We give huge donations. But yet, nothing works in India. And you don't believe in God, you don't believe in religion, and yet you have everything. So I started laughing. And I said, well, that's just one of the things that happens. And years later, now I'm talking about what the thought does, how thought is so well connected to your success, and what an integral part thought plays in your success story. And if you believe in yourself and in your capability, you will succeed. Similarly, now we are trying to disseminate. Yesterday I spoke that even in COVID times, people are very unhappy, they are divorced. We also discussed that people who are very, very rich, ultra rich, are also unhappy and also divorced. So what is the correlation here? And I found that if you stick to the present, if you are in the present, grounded in the present, not grounded in the past, not grounded in the future, but grounded in the present, you will be able to achieve your business deals and ideals far more easily, and you will be able to also attain a level of contentment and happiness and maybe joy by knowing what you can do, what you are capable of doing, and also knowing what you cannot do. So you will not strive for something that you know it is that you are totally out of, not in the realm, so to speak. And that will give you a certain amount of contentment and joy of remaining within, because happiness is an emotion, and it is those emotions which play truant with you. For example, you can sit in one corner under a tree and say, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. But by repeating that you are happy is not going to give you any unhappiness, or it's possibly going to give you unhappiness. What does money do? Money will give you material things. They'll give you the capability to buy material things. They'll give you the capability of buying medication. It'll give you hospital space. But it will not give you life and happiness. That is something that you have to come to grips with. So what I'm trying to say is, thought, the integral part, will help you to succeed in business, and will also give you contentment in your own personal life, in your own interpersonal relationships with your family, with your own children and spouse. You can get a group of pundits in saffron chanting any kind of mantra for you, whatever mantra, and 100 people, 200 people, 1,000 people. Is that going to give you any satisfaction? Perhaps it will. It will possibly make you feel that you've done very well. So there will be a placebo effect of you feeling that the stars are aligned and now you're going to ride the joys of success. But how long will that last? I don't know. Will there be any substantial material gain or substantial gain in contentment and in materialism? Perhaps not. Because someone else cannot chant for you. You have to do that yourself. You have to ride your own wear your own shoes. No one can wear your shoes for you. It's as simple as that. So the fact is that it's all about when you are stuck of rebooting the system, whether it is a business system you have to reboot or to re-engineer. Where you're unhappy, you have to reboot your own mind to get into that space which is going to deliver you the goods that you are searching for and looking for. When I went to Jindal Naturopathy in November of 2017, what they told me was that we are going to reboot your system. So if you are unhealthy, if you've got indigestion, or if you've got whatever that you may ail you, we will reboot your system and bring it back to normalcy, so that you can start afresh. And ever since I purchased my first computer in the mid-90s, the word reboot has come into my life. Reboot everything, from your phone to your computers to your own health system. Now I'm talking about rebooting your mind. You must reboot your mind, because if you reboot your mind, you will be able to go from point A to point B. You will be able to achieve things that you never thought possible, just by simply rebooting your mind and remaining in the conscious, that is, remaining in the present. Eckhart Tolle, who is considered by many to be the world's most inspirational spiritual thinker and talker and speaker, has said that by being in the present, by being in the being, as he calls it, you will be able to get places. And by being in the present or in the conscious, this is all representing the present, he says that in sooner or later the conscious manifestations will crop up in your life and you will be able to go forward. That is purely, again, by thinking, a thought process. So here we are, people. Reboot yourself and move on. That's it. Goodbye.